All righty, folks. I am going to spring a question on Coach Carson that I get all the time. And I'm just going to sit back and eat some popcorn and see how he responds to this. You ready to go, Chad?
Let's do it. All right.
All right, Chad. I get a hold of you. I call you up. I'm excited about real estate investing. But I got to tell you, dude, I am going to wait for houses to crash 30% and then I'm going to buy. What do you think?
Oh boy. Well, multiple red flags for me on this one. First and foremost is that we as real estate investors, our number one asset, the thing that really makes us the most money is not the real estate itself. It's the knowledge we have in our heads and the skills that we accumulate. And we never accumulate real knowledge and real skills sitting and doing nothing. So if you sit on the sidelines, you're not never going to make progress. It's like trying to steer a parked car. So like if you want to like compound your number one asset, you've got to get in motion. You've got to do some deals. That's first and foremost. That's just the personal side of things. The second side of things is I'm a big Warren Buffett fan. I think I have a picture of him somewhere there in my background. And he constantly says that people who try to predict markets are no better than fortune tellers. The people who are kind of the gimmicky people at the circus trying to tell you, hey, this is when you should get out. That doesn't mean economic forecasting isn't important. That doesn't mean predicting like, here's the variables that could happen. And I love your show because I think you are humble enough to say when I'm wrong, but you also say, here's some things we're looking at. But from a decision to be in the market standpoint, it would be, I would consider it folly, a mistake to sit on the sidelines saying, this is when it's going to happen. This is when it's not. Instead, here's my approach. My approach is let's listen to people like Michael who have economics backgrounds, who can tell us some facts in order to prepare for the different potential things that are going to happen. And then I just get in the market. Like I'm an arena person. I like the Teddy Roosevelt quote of, I'm not the critic. I'm the person in the arena who, yes, I'm looking at economics, but I'm doing deals. I'm getting the financing. I'm making things happen. And there might be a lion that takes a swipe at me and I make a mistake and lose some money in the arena, but I'm in the arena because that's where you learn, that's where you grow. And from a practical standpoint, this is a stock market strategy, but there's something called dollar cost averaging, where the most successful strategy typically in stock investing is just to always be investing consistently over time. And what's kind of cool about that strategy is during a really high market, you'll still be investing, but you'll buy a lot fewer properties or a lot fewer stocks because the prices are higher. But because you're always investing, you're not going to miss out on the opportunities, because when things are really good, those windows are short. I mean, they're like recessions are a lot shorter than the up times. And so if it's a 3-month recession, like the little mini recession we had during COVID, like a 2-3 month thing, there's some people who bought amazing deals, but if they were sitting there waiting, they would have missed out. Like, because you have to have the machine going, you have to be out there buying. So I think from a personal standpoint, it's a mistake. I think from a practical investment strategy standpoint, if you listen to Warren Buffett, if you listen to Charlie Munger, if you listen to anybody who's been in the market for a long time, they tell you to time in the market is more important than trying to time the market. And it's just a better strategy that'll work out better in the long run.
Yeah, one of the because I get this comment or a version of this comment almost every day. And I've gotten to the point of saying, but frankly, who said that? Who thinks home prices are going to crash? Because you and I both have growing YouTube channels and are influencers in the space who talk about doing the work, right? Not sexy, but doing the work, getting in the market, skilling up. And the answer comes back, it's like one of 5 or 6 channels that are talking about 30% price crash. And they've been talking about this for 4 or 5 years now. And I'm to the point where I say block those people, frankly. They're fear mongers, they're porn creators. The only people they're helping are themselves. They never admit when they're wrong. They have hurt people beyond financial repair in many cases. So if I get somebody that they get attracted to my daily financial news or something, but then they say something like, hey, I'm going to wait for the price crash. I ask who, and they give me 1 of 5 names. I'm like, either follow them or follow me. You can't follow us both. I mean, I don't care. Pick one of them. Because you can't have a glass of water, add a drop of oil, and drink the water. I mean, that's what you're doing to yourself. I mean, you got to cut out the just negative nonsense. It's crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't mean we're Pollyanna. That doesn't mean we're ignoring the facts. Like that's what
Dude,
some of
I
the
talk about scary
responses.
shit all the time,
I
but at
know
least do the work.
exactly. Yeah, I get that. I get that pushback though. Like, oh, you're just like you're propping up real estate. You're promoters of real estate. It's like no. Like I am putting my money where my mouth is. Like I'm investing the money. I'm putting hundreds of thousands of dollars per deal right
Yeah,
now into deals. Like I'm not waiting. And so yes, I might go back to my arena metaphor. Like when you're in the arena, you might make mistakes. Like what if those people are right and prices do drop 30%? I'm going to
you know
buy
what?
more. I'm
It's
going to buy more.
I've gotten to the point where I tell people, because I'll put out a video, I'll talk about prices being flat. I'll get comments about a 30 to 50% price crash. And you know what I say? I hope you're right. I mean, I'm just so annoyed. Like,
Yeah.
I hope, dude, I would, let me just say this for the YouTube universe. I hope real estate crashes 50%. I hope I have to wear my swing and a miss t-shirt for a month and a half because folks, unlike those idiots living in their mom's basements, I have been in that environment before and made a killing in that environment. So I hope they're right. They're just not, but I hope they're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the bottom line is we have to control what we can control, and
Mhm.
we can control how we prepare. We can control what kind of property, what our buy box looks like, all the stuff you and I talk about. Like those are the things we can control. And yes, we got to listen to a little bit of like, all right, what's the weather like outside? Let's listen to the weather report. But if you sit there all day listening to the weather report instead of getting outside, like what's the point? Like, are you living your life? Like you've got to be an
Yeah.
investor, not a watching YouTuber. You've got to go out and do it. And that's
Yeah.
what I know. That's what your mission's about. Your mission's about doing the work. My
Yeah.
mission's about doing what matters, buying properties, getting in the game. So that's
Yeah.
the common thread.
Yeah. At the end of the day, folks, I'm really getting to the point where you got to block. I've always talked about one of my 7 rules is you have to audit your network. And that when I made the 7 rules, that was always a physical, your 5 friends, all of that. But now with the social media and these apps on our phones, dude, find the block feature. Trust me, one of the most insidious places on the planet is Twitter or X. My Twitter feed has become actually pretty awesome once I started blocking doomers. And yeah, the algorithm only is going to feed you what you want. If you want to watch these 5 or 6 crash channels, you want to make them rich while they hurt you, you're the adult. You make that choice. So, own your choices, folks. Own your choices. Chad, where can people find you?
Anywhere you search on social, YouTube in particular, search Coach Carson. I'm out there. You can come to my website, coachcarson.com, and I have a weekly newsletter behind the scenes sharing what I'm up to. And I'd love to connect with you anywhere that you feel is the best spot for you.
There you go. And don't forget your new book. What's the new book title?
Book is The Small and Mighty Real Estate Investor. It's a business model for those of us who want a lifestyle, not another 9-to-5 job. And we want to invest for cash flow and travel and do what matters to you. That's what I'm all about.
There you go. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Michael.